guitar amps. Really, you know, the amp for the last person that's got to the rehearsal. Sorry Dave, all the other amps are gone, the Marshall's gone, Delaney's gone, you're going to have to use the Peavey. Bit boring, aren't they? Bit square, got funny dials, keyboard player's amp. Maybe, you know, not every guitar player dreams of playing a Peavey amp. Well, perhaps the ValveKing 50-watt combo could be about to dispel that myth altogether. Now look at these valves. This amp is all about the valves. You know, they're burning like candles at a medieval banquet. You could take a romantic date out around these valves. Why are valves? People don't want to talk to musicians at parties because they're scared they're going to bang on about the natural warmth of valves and all that stuff. But what is it about them? I mean, valves are the same thing that were in the back of Granny's telly. Well, I'm going to demonstrate with a simple demonstration for you. Now, a lot of people talk about the difference between valve and solid state or transistor amps. The way the electrons pass across the diodes, all that kind of business. We don't care about that, we just want to know what the real difference is. This is a transistor amp, this is a solid state amp. It's functional, works, it's tidy, it's neat, does the job. Yeah, it's nice, it's a good piece of kit. This though is a valve amp. It's hotter, it's more temperamental, it's fuzzier, it's more expensive, but ultimately it's just better. Now there are two features around the back of this amp that I think are genuinely exciting, especially if you're the sort of guitarist that plays the kind of gigs where some grizzled old sound engineer with raging tinnitus will come up on stage with a mic that looks like it's been used to bludgeon seals, stick it in front of your amp and then leg it. And this is a mic simulation output. So basically you can put an XLR, balanced XLR lead out of the back of this straight into the back of a desk at a gig. No need for a mic out the front. It actually simulates a microphone that a lot of engineers in a live situation don't have, i.e. a new one, about 8 inches in front of the speaker cone, and the simulation of that is played out through here. It's clean, it's tidy, it's simple. It's a brilliant idea. And similar to that, this one, which is it's quite a sort of sign of the times really, because this is really for recording, but it's a USB out that does exactly the same thing. So it's a USB out that's been designed to simulate a quality microphone in perfect placement in front of the speaker cone, and that can literally just plug straight into your computer and bam, no latency, no sound issues. You've just got really nice, clean, mic'd up sound straight out the back of the amp. How cool is that? This is a 50-watt amp. Valve amps are naturally much noisier than solid state amps. This thing at 50 watts turned up to full power, blow the windows out. So we've got a 12-watt, bam, and then takes it right down to 2 watts output, which means you can get all of that valve, put the gain right up and get all of that nice warm valve sound, but without killing the neighbour's rabbits. Just show a couple of cool things here. This is damping, goes all the way clockwise, loose, lots of top end, lots of bottom end, the full frequency spectrum. It's baggier than a pair of clown trousers on a catwalk model. Tighten it up, lots of mid-range punch, and the full range there of that. This is very Peavey. This is one of these things where you go very class A and AB. You're like, what the hell is that? It's the valve configuration basically. Very American kind of valve, AB, round to more British sound with lots of even harmonics. These little lights tell you that the valves are healthy and happy. This massive great thing here tells you if there's been any radiation leaks within a 10-mile radius. Above all though, I have to say the tones on this amp are for the most part absolutely gorgeous. You've got the nice clean tones, a lot of kind of rich valvey warmth, a lot of top end, a lot of kind of nice mids, sort of Noah in the well, kind of Americana kind of thing. got the beefy rock cake. You got your British attitude rock, mate. Know what I mean, like. Full on heavy metal sounds. Okay, so it's a pretty cool amp, but I mean, is there anything we don't like about it? Well, the reverb's a bit all or nothing. It's got a sort of slight kind of like mono delay feel to it. Start cranking up, there's really nowhere you can go with it. Channel selections are a bit fiddly. You're going to want a foot switch, you know, you just are. And it doesn't come with one. It could be a bit tight. These white rotaries, you know, they're going to start looking a bit grubby after a while, I would have thought, especially on the live circuit. And you know, if you've got sausage fingers, you may have noticed as we've gone through them, you know, trying to adjust certain rotaries, others have sort of fallen with it, which may be something that happens as well during the cut and thrust of a rock gig. But you know, these are small gripes. It's a pretty lovely sounding amp. And have Peavey dispelled the myths, the reputation of their old amps? Well, if you last in a rehearsal studio and you have to use the Peavey, if it's this one, I suggest that you take a break, have a cup of tea and arrive late.